Our next guest this morning is the French journalist and documentary maker Mélanie Gouby. She's always been interested in and studied countries that are affected by conflict, especially the Democratic Republic of Congo. And this week, her first film, Virunga, was released on Netflix. The Virunga National Park in the Democratic Republic of Congo is Africa's oldest national park and its most biodiverse, home to the world's last mountain gorillas. Well, today, its future is in doubt. Soko International, which is a British oil company, was given an oil concession that straddles the park's boundaries. Mélanie, thanks very much indeed for joining us. So just explain to us what the story of Virunga, the film, is about, because it deals a lot with the oil exploration.
Absolutely. Virunga is the oldest national park in Africa, and it's an important park in eastern Congo. And in 2010, the Congolese government gave a concession to Soko International to the concession straddles part of the Virunga National Park. But Congolese national law and international do not allow oil exploration in World Heritage sites like Virunga. So the film exposed, that Soko has been trying to explore for oil there, and the methods that they have employed to try to get access to the park.
We can see some of the footage of the film now. Let's just have a little listen to it.
Le parc national de Virunga contribue au développement de notre pays.
A region famous for its endangered mountain gorillas.
C'est ça ma vie. Ils ont l'amour. Notre vie en dépend beaucoup.
I think that we have a problem.
A British company is exploring for oil.
My work is to manage the park, to ensure that it's protected. Any oil-related activities are illegal.
All the armed groups will want their slice of the cake.
I think they're playing with fire.
It's the money that fuels everything. Blame God.
This isn't a war yet, but it could be soon.
Ça va barder ici. The danger is near us.
The Congolese army is fleeing.
M23, ils sont là.
Fear has driven people out of these villages and farmland.
Obviously, this part of the world has seen just so much conflict over the last 20 years. Some 6 million people have been killed. This film is partly about that story, but now about the danger posed, in your view, by Soko, the oil company. What is your big fear where that's concerned?
Well, Soko is coming into an area, as you said, I've seen a lot of conflict for the past 20 years, and especially related to natural resources. So they're coming into an area where there are about 25 armed groups, and all of them have expressed to me that they would want to benefit from oil exploitation if that goes ahead. So you're creating a situation where you potentially, fueling tensions and conflict between people.
Do you think it could exacerbate the area?
Absolutely, and it has already. It has made people more interested in that area. And certainly, armed groups like the M23 have said that they would want to benefit from that.
Okay, well, let's just hear what Soko has to say, because they have, wouldn't come on the programme this morning, but they have released a statement which we can see now on the screen, which said that Soko released a statement in June 2014 describing its commitment not to undertake or commission any exploratory or other drilling within Virunga National Park. Soko's preliminary studies finished in July 2014, and as a consequence, Soko no longer has any operations in the DRC. Please note that Block V is not located within the mountainous Mikeno sector, home to the famous mountain gorillas, Block V being where some of this exploratory work was taking place. So they're now saying that they're not involved there anymore. Fears, though, from some people that the only reason they're not involved is that they finished the exploration. Is that your feeling?
Well, so what happened is they finished their preliminary exploration program. They finished a seismic study, and there's, they've left the park for the moment. But they've made an announcement in June that they would not explore in Virunga Park if the Congolese government and the UNESCO would not agree to that, because it's a World Heritage Site. But I got leaked a letter a few days later by written by SOCO's director in Congo to the Congolese Prime Minister, saying that they're basically just analyzing the data that they have collected, and they will present the data set to the Congolese government mid-2015, and then they can decide what to do if they're going to drill.
Right. So your fear is that the government may allow this to go ahead nonetheless.
Well, yes, and there is a lot of lobbying taking place in Kinshasa from various people. So it's not a very clear situation. SOCO is not, completely out of the park, and they're certainly not saying that to the Congolese government.
Although that's what they're saying to us in that statement that we have. What's your fear for the mountain gorilla?
Well, one of the big risks is that the park will be just declassified to allow for oil exploration. And if the park is purely declassified, then the mountain gorilla will not be protected anymore. And then that will put the species as a whole, in a very dire situation, because the rangers, the park rangers, are the only thing protecting them right now. So if the rangers are gone, the gorilla could, go extinct, basically.
And indeed, rangers in themselves in a very dangerous position. 130
Absolutely.
have died, haven't they, in the last 20 years or so. Many high-profile people supporting your cause, including the naturalist David Attenborough. Very interesting story. Virunga, the film, is on Netflix, available to see now. Thank you very much indeed, Mélanie Gouby, for coming and talking to us this morning on Arise News.